Good afternoon. I call the Committee on Student Life to order. I call on Vice Chancellor Denise Maybank to give her report. What's your last name?
It's okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Now, some of you may remember this. You're traveling through another dimension, a dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. Your next stop, anybody know? The commencement zone. In a couple of weeks, we enter the commencement zone, that special time of year when we get to celebrate what it has all been about for us and what catapults CUNY students into the world for their next chapter. So we'll have 25 different events at this point in the year and another later in the year. And so I look forward to seeing each of you in those places. It's the best of times. For those of you who may not know, over the course of the end of the week, there was a reversal regarding the revocation of the student visas. And so I just want to make sure that you know that there were 26 students whose visas were reinstated for CUNY. And we look forward to them being able to continue and in some instances complete their degrees that they were pursuing. So we're excited about that. We'll see what happens in the future, but for now they at least get that opportunity. Today, students were notified of the preferred name enhancements to our systems. There are now 11 portal systems that will be populated with a student's preferred name once they enter that request in CUNY First. In that notification, students were also informed that starting in the 25-26 academic year, they will be able to specify a diploma name that differs from their legal name through further enhancements. For those graduating this spring, they may contact the Office of the Registrar on their campus if they are seeking to have their preferred name included on their diploma to determine what options may be available to them. Last week, we hosted the 7th Annual Neurodiversity Conference under the theme, Strengthening Neurodiverse Communities in College and Beyond. What began as a showcase of campus programs and efforts, this conference now under the leadership of our Assistant Vice Chancellor, Carrie Shockley, has become an international event that attracted 631 registrants from across the country and around the globe. It features and featured presenters this year from the UK and Australia. Many of the sessions emphasized the intersectionality of the neurodiverse population of students we serve and built on the lived experiences of those who have taught, those who are scholars in the field, and those who have become advocates for neurodiversity justice, as well as those who live daily as members of our college and university communities in their roles as self-advocates and catalysts for change. The in-person portion of this conference is scheduled for May 9th at BMCC, and all are welcome to participate. Our Malave Leadership Academy has once again advanced in the Global Solutions Sustainability Challenge, which is an international competition. This year, the CUNY Malave students joined with students from Saran University in Iraq to create ChronoMap, an AI-based app that is designed to expose people to historic and cultural sites, and it's used for tourists and educators, and also to expand the world for those who might not be able to actually travel to visit those sites. This is the 4th time Malave has been a finalist in this competition. Shout outs to Ahmed Osman, from our university student and residence life director, for stoking the greatness in our students and leading them annually in this significant accomplishment. That ends my report for today.
Thank you, Vice Chancellor. As somebody who attended the Neurodiversity Conference, I just wanted to thank you and let everyone know that it was just fantastic.
It was amazing, so thank you for that.
Item 2, action item 2A is the approval of the minutes of the March 24th, 2025 meeting. I move the approval of action item 2A. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? That passes unanimously. Let's turn to the policy calendar. Item 2B1 is a resolution to approve the award of the Jonas E. Salk scholarships. I call on Assistant Vice Chancellor James to provide more information on this item.
Thank you, Trustee Avenattis. All right, so this year I'm proud to announce the recipients of the 2025 Jonas E. Salk Scholarship. Samia Al-Gharazi, she attends City College of New York, and she will attend SUNY Downstate College of Medicine. Yaha Al-Siwani, Macaulay Honors College at Hunter College, and she will attend the Perlman School of Medicine at the University of Pennsylvania, UPenn. Dawing Hong, Macaulay Honors College at Hunter College, University of Virginia School of Medicine. Belize Kais, Macaulay Honors College at City College of New York, and she will attend SUNY Downstate Health Sciences University. Abiola Laguda, City College of New York, and for the first time, we have a student attending our very own CUNY School of Medicine. Nasheen Maliha, Macaulay Honors College at Hunter College, and she will attend Harvard Medical School. Janice Ratiswa, City College of New York, and will attend CUNY School of Medicine. And last but not least, Josie Wong, Macaulay Honors College at the College of Staten Island, will attend Lake Erie College of Osteopathic Medicine. The award ceremony is scheduled for Wednesday, May 21st, 2025 at John Jay College, Moot Court. Every committee member is invited, and please look out for your electronic invitation later this week.
Thank you, Assistant Vice Chancellor. And I appreciate the highlight. It ruined my joke, though. I was going to say, aren't these kids aware, the students aware that we have our own medical school? So obviously some of them are. I move the approval of item 2B1. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Any abstentions? That item also carries unanimously. With no more policy items, we'll move on to policy calendar items. We'll move on to the information items. Item 3, University Student Senate updates. I call on Chairperson of the University Student Senate, Daniel Redden, to present this item.
Thank you, Chair Arvanites, for giving me the floor. It's a pleasure to be here before you today in your committee. So I will begin. I don't have a presentation today. I do have a report that I will read.
Excellent.
So, USS, in collaboration with NYPIRG, CCSD, Young Invincibles, SUNY SA, and other student-centered coalitions organized the annual University Student Senate March in March, and we accomplished something truly special together. Students, parents, and supporters of CUNY gathered at Brooklyn Borough Hall in the hundreds, and this humbled me and brought my thoughts to the magnetic nobility of our mission of securing free transportation for our CUNY students and more funding for CUNY overall. We marched, we chanted, we smiled proudly across the Brooklyn Bridge. It was a spectacle of countless students, as I mentioned, and supporters of CUNY who were present in the same moment, in unison, full of energy, pride, and unity. Our march ended at City Hall, where we held a rally at the steps. Members of each coalition spoke in turn. Salamatu Dumbuya, a former chair and trustee, was present and spoke beautifully as well. Members of the State Senate, Assembly members Stephen Raga and Harvey Epstein stood with us and spoke out in support of our CUNY students. So this march, my first march, was a reminder of the power we hold when we stand together. I couldn't be more proud of what we built here in USS and very thankful for each and every one of you today present. So the Black Male Initiative's 20th anniversary was April 2nd. USS was represented by me, Trustee Chandra Wilkins, and AVC Ian James were present as well. And this was a celebration of all that BMI has done to create opportunity for those who otherwise wouldn't have access. The stories I've heard told by the great men who lead this program and the students whom they've impacted and changed the trajectory of their life moved me. It stirred pride in my center to bear witness firsthand the transformations BMI has cultivated in our CUNY community, the guidance they provided, the lifelong network of accomplished individuals that they fostered. What surprised me, much to my delight, was the fact that BMI and other programs that were subsidiary to BMI were open to everyone, not just black males. So it was an honor to attend and celebrate the work that they've done and will continue to do. USS Scholarship Update. So the USS Scholarship has now been open for over 3 weeks and are set to close in 2 days on the 30th. The scholarships have been met with much enthusiasm, much to our delight. The current University Student Scholarship consists of 500 applications per scholarship CUNY-wide. That's the limit that was set. And the names of the scholarships, I'll repeat: the Donald and Mary Ellen Pasantino Students with Disabilities Scholarship Application Award, the Donald and Mary Ellen Pasantino International Students Scholarship, the Ernesto Malave Merit Scholarship Application, and also the Graduate Peer Mentoring Scholarship Application as well. So the 2025 USS Scholarship Committee application reviews will start in June. All scholarship selections will be sent to CUNY Central for vetting to ensure compliance. And the announcements of the 2025 USS Scholarship winners will be made in August. So we're currently at over 2,000 applications, which is amazing. So upcoming is the New York City Council Committee on Higher Education hearing entitled Removing Small Financial Barriers for CUNY Students, which is taking place tomorrow. Tomorrow is that hearing, and free MetroCards are one of the 3 cost-cutting ideas for students that the council will address. So this hearing signals the headway that the CUNY University Student Senate has been making since embarking on this endeavor under the leadership of former chair and trustee Salamatu Dumbuya. USS will be present and will be testifying at this hearing tomorrow. And in the name of preparing properly for this landmark hearing, USS has sought counsel from the Office of Academic Affairs, the Office of Enrollment, and the Research Office. So we look forward to seeing those who are attending tomorrow, as well as we continue to advocate for more funding for CUNY. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Redden. As my father often reminds me, your father is the most important person in your life. We'll now hear from reflections from students from the CUNY Fatherhood Academy at LaGuardia Community College. I invite Vice Chancellor Maybank to introduce the students.
When highlighting homes where the mother is the parent that is present, we all too often hear of the crisis of fatherless children, fatherless homes, and absent fathers. Motherful homes are undoubtedly a reality of our society, and there are numerous reasons and circumstances for why that is the case. Fatherful homes also deserve attention. Today you will hear about fatherful homes from 2 men who have benefited from the CUNY Fatherhood Academy, which is a free program designed to promote being a great dad and which provides support to unemployed and underemployed dads to aid them in achieving their educational goals and getting new and better jobs. Launched in 2012, the program serves dads ages 18 to 30 through education, employment, and personal development. CUNY Fatherhood Academy provides a variety of academic and personal supports, including GED preparation classes, tutoring, individualized counseling, parenting seminars, financial incentives, and job preparation. The CUNY Fatherhood Academy offers 2 program tracks. One, the high school equivalency prep program, and the other, the college prep program. Additionally, college and career readiness workshops are offered to prepare dads for college enrollment and to identify a career path. Attaining a high school equivalency diploma, enrolling into college, increasing family time, and getting a new or better job are all essential goals for the dads enrolled in the program. The program is at 3 sites: Hostos Community College, LaGuardia Community College, and Kingsborough Community College. As CUNY lifts New York, the Fatherhood Academy's central focus is to help young dads prepare for and enroll in college with the understanding that earning a college degree is the most effective path toward providing long-term economic stability for themselves and their families. With us today are 2 fathers to share their experiences. Kristen Neves, who is in the the high school equivalency track at LaGuardia Community College, studying liberal arts with an interest in journalism, and Shakur Burden, a LaGuardia Community College graduate, currently a student at John Jay, 2 semesters away from a degree in counseling. So we'll start with Christopher and then hear from Shakur.
He wanted to go first.
Oh, he's going, I'm
Because
sorry.
he said he was nervous. I said there's
Y'all
nothing to be nervous
y'all
of.
work it out, however
Chris can
we
go.
hear it, we get it.
Okay. So I'm Shakur, everyone. Thank you for having me. I don't even know, like, there's just so many things I could say about the CUNY Fatherhood Academy, but first I'll just tell you a little bit about me. I'm a single dad of a 7-year-old boy. He lives with me. I have custody of him because his mom is no longer with us, so I have custody. So I came to know about the CUNY Fatherhood Academy at 18 because I was just having a lot of trouble in high school, dropped out of high school, didn't want to go back to school. Just fell into the wrong things. Thank God I didn't have any issues with law enforcement or anything like that, but I just fell into the wrong things. And I said, you know what, school's not for me. Shortly after, maybe about a year or two later, I said, you know what, I want to go back to school because I really need to, get things together. I came to know about the CUNY Fatherhood Academy. Prior to coming to the CUNY Fatherhood Academy, I tried so many different high school equivalency programs because I knew I just didn't want to do high school. They didn't work for me. When I came to the CUNY Fatherhood Academy, I was just lost, confused, especially coming from a family background that isn't so close, isn't really together. My father passed away at a very young age, so I just didn't see a need for any kind of education at all. So when I came to the CUNY Fatherhood Academy, I was 18, and they introduced me to, long story short, a world that I'll never be able to really fully express to you how grateful I am for them. I mean, there's just so many things they did for me, but they gave me community, they gave me family, they gave me a togetherness, I completed my GED there. Throughout my time at the CUNY Fatherhood Academy, I had a lot of ups and downs. I was in and out, and then eventually I completed it. Upon completing it, I wasn't sure if college was for me. I didn't think that LaGuardia would be a good idea for me, but through the mentorship of the program there and because of the director, Raheem Brooks, and the many, different brothers that are there, through their encouragement and their diligent work, that kind of inspired me. Seeing them do it really set the precipice for me to be where I am today, and I'm extremely grateful. So I graduated from LaGuardia Community College. I am now about to finish my bachelor's in human service mental health counseling at John Jay. Now I'm a case manager at a homeless shelter. So I'm looking to even get my PhD as well.
And he uses the
In
CUNY
social
Child
work,
Care
yeah.
Center.
Shakur,
Oh, yes.
can I ask you, you said your daughter was 7?
My son,
Sons.
yeah.
Your son was 7.
I made him, I'm sorry. So
Does
when
he
I was
go to
22,
college now and
when I was 22, I started at the Fatherhood Academy. Yeah, and he does know that I'm in school, and he's really proud of me. And honestly, I would not have been able to do it without all the support at CUNY, and even the CUNY Fatherhood Academy. But the child care programs at CUNY Fatherhood Academy and just LaGuardia Community College were extremely helpful for me, and all of the. Go ahead, brother.
Definitely.
Yeah, brother, and all of the wraparound services that parents like myself get because CUNY services students like myself. But I'm extremely grateful because all of the different programs that all the different services. I'm a little nervous that fatherhood gave me. Really set the tone for me to be where I am today. I mean, through the mentorship and through. I didn't have to pay for Pampers when my son was small, and they helped me. With a job at the time. Even when right before I graduated, I was a college assistant there, and because I was in between work because my hours just wouldn't coincide with what I had to do with my son, and I was a college assistant there, and the program director Raheem was able to help me out with that and. Just so many different things I was really grateful. And even after I finished, they stayed with me, and even to this day, and just helped me with advisement, in addition to my advisor at John Jay. So I'm just really grateful. I really am. And it's not just a program that is just there for you when you're in the program. As I said to you, it's even beyond that, and it's real, because a lot of these programs, a lot of these GED programs, these HSC programs, a lot of students, especially, I don't want to deviate, but at the shelter that I work at, there's like, they haven't been the most successful at a lot of GED programs, but particularly the CUNY GED programs, HSC programs are extremely helpful because of the services, and that of particularly the fatherhood at LaGuardia Community College. Yeah.
Shakur, where do you live?
I live in Staten Island. I live in Staten Island.
Need a ride home?
I drive too. But yeah, and I just want to thank you for this. I couldn't be anywhere else today. When Raheem told me if I could do this, I said absolutely, because I would not. I mean, my life has changed drastically, just because of the mentorship that I got. So it's about paying it forward, and I'm all about that. So yeah. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
It's easier for me to express myself through my writing, so I'm going to read what I have. To understand how important fatherhood has been to me and my family, I should give you some background. A few years ago, I was lost, repeating the same cycle my father did. I wasn't an involved father, and I was struggling with depression, feeling like a failure in almost every way. At that time, I didn't see a way out. I didn't know how to be a father, and I felt stuck in a cycle that felt impossible to break. Coming to the CUNY Fatherhood Academy completely changed me. It gave me the chance to build a better life for me, my son, my family. They didn't just give me the academic tools to get my GED and move on to college. They gave me the support that I needed to believe in myself and find a sense of purpose. They provided the kind of guidance I never had growing up. The support I received through fatherhood has changed everything in my life. Being an active father wasn't something I ever thought I'd be. Going back to school and working towards a degree was something I didn't think was possible. Building better relationships with my mother and my child's mother, honestly, didn't even think that would ever happen. Everything I didn't learn from my father, things like values, communication, work ethic, being a gentleman, a leader, I've learned through CUNY Fatherhood. When you walk into the office or the classroom at CUNY Fatherhood, you feel it. Everyone there, the instructors, the counselors, the mentors, the tutors, are genuinely invested in your success. And that kind of support is rare, and it's made all the difference for me. Fatherhood made me want more, not just stability, but the freedom to pursue any goal I set for myself. The academy didn't just help me escape from my struggles, it gave me the tools to realize my own potential. I'm not just surviving anymore, I'm building a better future for myself and my family. Being here telling my story, I believe, shows the direct impact that the program has on the lives of fathers who've been through it, such as myself. And without fatherhood in LaGuardia, I literally would not be standing here sharing this with you. And that's all.
That is the very truth.
Oh.
12.
Oh, and he's aware that you're obviously...
Yeah, he lives in the Bronx with his mother, and he's in a charter
not
school.
Staten Island.
No, not Staten Island. He lives in the Bronx, I live in Brooklyn. But he's in a charter school, so he's like on that path to something like this, going to college, and we talk about it all the time. He's still hesitant about it, but I'm sure he'll find his own path.
When are you expecting to get your degree?
Well, I'm in my second year at LaGuardia now, but I'm hoping to go all the way.
Excellent.
So 7-8 years from now.
You're gonna go all the way.
Yeah, I'm
You
definitely
got
gonna
that.
go.
And if you can't tell, journalism is the direction.
Yeah, I like to write. I feel like it's important for people's opinions to be voiced.
Chris can write. Oh my gosh.
I love how supportive you guys are of each other and of the program, and how the program's supportive of you.
Thank you.
Are there any comments or questions? Yes.
I have to say, I'm so incredibly impressed with both of you. We do have it at Ostos, and we also have with the Hope Academy. The amazing thing is that in the summers we have also the fathers who bring their children to the child care center, and they also have workshops. This is an NSF grant that we hope stays, but it makes a difference. Probably should be able to do more, because I think the impact is unbelievable.
If I may add, that's I can't emphasize that enough. Where I say that I've been to a lot of a few. When I say a lot, I mean like 3 or 4 HSC programs prior to coming to LaGuardia Community College Fatherhood Academy, and they don't do what this particular location does. That's why you see the dedication I have with my brother here, because that's the example that they set. Not just
You have, first of all, incredible friendship and support among yourselves as well.
And so they said that, they exemplify that even among the staff, which then you glean from that, and that kind of becomes the norm among all the guys within the program. So we're not just a support within the program, we're a support outside the program. Even, at my job, I gave a young gentleman, Dave's, the program manager, his number so that he can also get involved, because I see him going in ways that just aren't, the most, just aren't good for him. And I'm like, hey, there's a program, I think you'd be great. He's, 22 with 2 kids, and I may only have 1, but he, I'm like, hey, you can, so,
So are you thinking of law school?
Who, me?
I think
I was talking with my advisor. I made a joke. I said, she's like, you're too far in your degree now for that. But I did, just last week in our meeting, I did say that, yeah.
Because you are a Gen J,
Yeah.
and what you really need to do is study. You can actually take your exams, and the LSATs, and it could be an English major, it could be a history major, and you're studying at John Jay already. So
Yeah.
I would say, think about it, because
Thank you.
I think you have a way of putting your answers together.
Thank you.
It's a lawyer.
Thank you.
Quick.
Thank you. I'm not as sharp as my brother here, because he wrote it all down. I'm like, I'm ready. But, thank you so much. I'll give that some thought.
And thank you for being ambassadors for the program. Like you said, you were. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much, brother.
Are there any other questions or comments? Go
Yeah,
ahead, Nora.
definitely comments. You guys both are so incredible. This program, you always, we always get such amazing students, so I'm always inspired. But Secure, did I say it?
Shakur.
Shakur.
It's fine.
Like Tupac, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
okay.
get it wrong. You're so inspiring. I think you did such a wonderful job. And let me tell you, writing is hard, because it's one of the hardest things for me to do. But being concise, being compassionate, talking from the heart, the way you did, is a talent. So I wouldn't shorten
Thank
or
you.
take away
Thank
from
you.
that. But your son has to be so proud. I can't believe that you're not just, finishing up your degree, but looking at PhD. You inspire me. I'm
Dual
like,
programs,
Look at, so I got to get my act
Thank you.
together.
I honestly, I'll close with this. I'll yield with this. Look, I'm in politics. I'll yield with this. There's a lot going on right now. But some people say, well, you give too much credit to the fatherhood, but you really don't understand, like my brother here said, it all goes back to, my brother said, not growing up in a home where being educated, what that looks like, right? Everyone amongst us are educated to a certain degree. And when you come from these neighborhoods that you just see all kinds of things. I won't even try to be articulate with you, right? We know what that looks like. So when you come from these kinds of neighborhoods and education is introduced to you, like, whoa, that's not the brother on the corner selling weed, or, the brother on the corner with his pants halfway down his bottom, that doesn't look like that. So you're like, I don't really want that. But then when you go to a place that exemplifies what coming to work looks like, a 9 to 5, and what holding a job looks like, and what being educated, what that looks like, you're like, whoa, I think I want some of that. There's a place for me, but you don't believe that, because you're coming from a place that doesn't look like that. So that was my brothers and I's standpoint. If I'm speaking too much for you, bro, just let me know.
I'm gonna add to what you said after
Absolutely.
That.
So I just feel like when I came, I know for sure when I came to the fatherhood, I just was like, whoa, this is a whole nother world. I want to sit at this table. How can I get that? And just through my commitment and showing up every day, just saying I want it is one thing, but then showing up, doing the work is a whole nother thing. Because, we all have so many excuses, but, we all are afforded the same opportunity, so there's no reason to be below your counterparts, you know what I mean? So when I came to the fatherhood, like I said, it was just that every day I'm seeing guys that look like me, not that color matters at all, but looks like me, and I'm like, oh my God, like this is I have a chance, and that's where I took it. You know, because guys are coming to work every day. They're showing up, and the gentlemen, they're being gentlemen at work, and they know how to talk to you. They know how to. They're not looking at you from where you come from or where you are. You know what I mean? So
They're
that
looking
made
at
a
you
difference.
from where you're going.
There you go. Yeah.
If I could say, I think one of the most important and overlooked things about fatherhood is not the impact of the student directly, but the impact that the changes of his life or her life create around them. Like, my friends want to go back to school. My mother and I have a better relationship. Like, those parts are the parts that you can't, like, put on paper, but those are the most important parts, because I never thought I'd have a good relationship with my mother, and I didn't already have a relationship with my father, so it was like...
And that's why I feel that fatherhood, because there are some things that they're trying to do in terms of like, you know, expanding in terms of like helping women as well. Because there are a lot of programs for women, don't get me wrong, but I just feel like mothers would benefit in particular with this kind of program as well. Because fatherhood has long been kind of digging into like families, like trying to, you know, bring them together. So I'm not really asking for funding, but I'm also like, hey, like they need help in a sense, because, and that's really why I'm here. Because I'm you know, that's the lawyer in me. No, very convincing. But no, seriously, it's all the truth. It's all good stuff, right, brother? So I'm just saying, yeah, they've been, hey, like he said, like I don't need any kind of a woman or anything, but he's, you know, talking to his son's mom, his kid's mom, and they're like, hey, I want to help, you know, my kid's mom. And so they're doing that. They've been doing that. They've been saying, hey, I think, you know, kids, they thrive in a two-parent household. So fix whatever you have going, whatever discrepancies you guys have amongst one another, fix that. And so they stand in the gap, and they are advocates in that regard. So
That's great. I know we have to wrap up the
That's fine.
meeting, but
Yeah.
Chris, I just wanted to make a quick comment about you. I thought what you shared was really beautiful. I think just in terms of, you know, even when you mentioned, you know, adding values, communication, being a gentleman, you know, I try to teach my son that too. I'm like, Papi, open the door,
Yeah.
you know, look at Grandpa when he does it, like, and an escape, not just an escape from your trouble, but, you know, having tools for your future. I think that's beautiful. And I think you just said something too. It's a multiplier effect of what you both are doing that impacts your community, your neighborhood, your family, and that's really beautiful. So thank you so much, and thank you all for this program. And I think you're saying maybe there needs to be like a cross-pollination of like, you know, meeting between the women's and the men's to share things that they each are doing that you can kind of build off each other.
We have a life skills class. It's kind of like a counseling group
Yeah,
of the guys.
yeah.
And that class is really where I got everything from. But one of the first things we start off with is it okay to cry as a man? And most of the guys there in the beginning are like, I'm not crying. I'll tell myself, you better not cry. By the time you finish,
Yeah.
you'd be surprised how they're like, man, I just cried yesterday.
and you get some real
Like-
tough guys too.
Seriously, I was reading my paperwork before I got here, and I was like, damn. I hope I don't do this when I'm there.
Congratulations, guys.
I just want to close with a quote. I'm
Can
sorry.
I say something?
Oh,
Yeah, I wanted to
think
say,
Virginia.
okay.
Excuse me.
Trustee Clark, are you there? Go ahead.
Yes, I would like to make a recommendation that the Vice Chancellor of these two young men do campus tours among men or young men on our campuses so that their life can become an example to others.
Thank
I
you,
would love
trustee.
that.
These
Like,
two
that's the
are
purpose.
brave enough to come, but I think if they were willing to do a campus tour and we were able to guide them through, I think that would be very helpful. Because there are other young men who are probably very shy and who are going through things that these two young men experience can help to shore up.
Thank you.
I'm open to that.
I don't want to delay the meeting, but I just wanted to say, this is one more example of why CUNY is so great. You know why? Because one of the faculty keeps reminding me, several, you know, that it is about the way we respond at Ostos and throughout CUNY. It's intersectionality of needs. There are issues that are multiple. In one individual, you may have multiple issues to deal with. And I think special programs like that really says that CUNY helps everyone but understands that there are special needs and tries to address them in a really wonderful way. I'm a CUNY grad, as you know, multiple times, and a CUNY believer. And this just convinced me that when I say it's the greatest university in the world, I believe it.
I'm with you. I agree with you.
I think we'll end on that.
My closing quote, the difference between a man and a father is that the former shares his genes, but the latter gives his life.
Oh, that's
Love that.
Having no business, additional business before the committee, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Seconded. Any opposition? Thank you.
Thank you. This is.